Get in the locker room with Colorado Mesa Sports. This is Mav Day on the team.
And Mav Day rolls on. We move to the volleyball court. And with us right now, she was the tournament MVP at Mesa's tournament this past weekend over at Brownson Arena. She, of course, is the MVP of the Holiday Inn Express Maverick Fall Classic. Sydney Leffler joins us. Sydney, I appreciate the time. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me.
Congratulations on once again being the tournament MVP. They didn't even have to take your name off the trophy from last year. They could have just, I guess they just could have added your name on again or another year, just another year to that trophy, right?
Yeah, thank you so much.
Great performance, 20 kills, 586 kills on 586 hitting in that win against Angelo State. You win at 3-1, and it's obviously a great victory for your team. You're now 5-2. You win the MVP of the tournament, but that's a huge regional win, taking down Angelo State.
Yeah, definitely it is. Yeah.
Kind of take us through that a little bit, because you're not into conference play yet, but getting those regional wins. Tell us, about those are pretty crucial for this volleyball team, for any team when it comes to regional play.
Yeah, definitely. I think it just goes back to us kind of just playing on our side of the net and not really worrying about who we're playing. I just think really focusing on our side of the net, and we'll win. We'll beat whoever we play if we play that way.
Well, and you had a really good all-around game. You had a double-double, 13 kills, 14 digs against Angelo State. And so certainly you had, like you said, a really good all-around game against Angelo State in that victory.
Yeah, I definitely did. For sure, passing definitely sometimes can be a little nerve-wracking, but I think just, again, going back to knowing the way that I can play, and so just kind of focusing on that and not what somebody else is doing, just focusing on what I can control.
Should mention 6-2, not 5-2 for the Mavericks. They go 3-1 on the weekend, and of course you had the 61 kills, 17 more than any other player to nail down that honor. But we want to talk about your teammate Sabrina Vandalist, who was the third player in Maverick history to get to 4,000 assists. She also set the Aces record as well at CMU. So Sabrina Vandalist, going to talk about the weekend she had and just the kind of career she's had. You two have kind of gone hand in hand in terms of your success, Sydney, as Maverick volleyball players.
Yeah, definitely. I think Sabrina is such an amazing setter, and I'm so lucky to have her as my setter. I think she just works really hard, and she has great court vision. I think that's something that not a lot of setters have, is she can see on the other side of the net what the other team's doing, and I tell her that all the time. I don't know how she does it, but it's so amazing to watch. And yeah, she just is a very disciplined player, and I think she just always has confidence and is always very even kill. And so I think that really helps, and it's been amazing getting to play next to her all of my 3 years, almost 4 at Mesa. So yeah.
Talk about how that relationship, how that chemistry's developed between the two of you.
Yeah, I think just me and her are both very competitive people, and both just want to work hard and win at the end of the day. And so I think that's just how our relationship has grown, is we both know that we have that, just like everybody else on the team, just know that we have that same goal, and we just really push hard to just to continue to do that. So we just know we have that same understanding, and I think that on the court that definitely shows, and we know that we can look to each other, and we always, like I said, have the same goal. And so I think that just definitely is apparent on the court, and I think that is where our relationship is really strong.
I'll make a quick correction. My apologies. Lost Angelo State 3-1. Beat Cal State Dominguez 3-0. Got off of my numbers here. Sorry, Sydney. Beat Cal.
Okay.
Cal Poly Humboldt beat Minnesota State Moorhead. So a 3-1 weekend, 6-2 on the season. Sydney Leffler joining us in the program this morning from the CMU volleyball team. And now you dive into it coming up on Friday night, Sydney, with the Western coming to town. You get into RMAC play.
Yep. I'm super excited to get into RMAC. Western is always so close to the school. It's always a fun rivalry. We always usually have some of their fans show up. So I'm definitely excited to kind of start off the season. Western, it'll be a fun at-home match for sure.
Give us a little scouting report. They're 2-7 on the season, so off to a bit of a rough start. They lost to Angelo State up in Gunnison on last Tuesday on September 10th. So it's been a rough start for them. What can you tell us about the Mountaineers?
To be honest, I haven't really looked much at them. Again, going back to that's just kind of a huge thing is if we do what we do on our side of the net, like no one can beat us. And yeah, they've had a little bit of a rough start, but I think not playing too much into that. I mean, any team wants to show up and beat us, so I think just focusing on what we do best on our side of the net, and if we do everything that we can on our side of the net, obviously we're going to make errors and stuff, but just letting those things go and going back to playing Maverick volleyball, I think, yeah, just we'll win.
And certainly getting to open up conference play at home, the crowd at Brownson, it's always electric getting the chance to play there. And so get that chance to open up at home. And after having, of course, the home matches this last weekend with the Maverick Fall Invitational, nice to be able to stay at home for another weekend. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, I love the crowd. A lot of families get to come that are in Colorado, so that's always really cool too for players, is just having, I know me too, having family there and having just knowing you have that support behind you. And again, playing Western, who's a definite rival since they're kind of the closest school to us. So I think that it's always super fun to be backed by your fans and everything at home. So definitely really going to be fun.
Sydney Leffler with us, a senior from Eaton, Colorado. Went to Eaton High School, two-time AVCA All-American first team last year. Honorable mention 2022. You're a second-team All-American in 2023. A ton of accolades over your career, Sydney. So for you, what are the individual goals and what are the team goals that you have? We talked to Diego Chavez, the goalkeeper for the Maverick soccer team, about this because he's racked up some pretty impressive hardware individually. Take us through the personal goals. Take us through the team goals that you have for this year.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Personal goals, I mean, I definitely just think just being a rock for my team and just going out in every match and, like, being somebody that they can definitely rely on every single point. And, I mean, again, I want to push to get that Player of the Year again. I think that's a really cool accolade, but I honestly am not focused on a lot of the individual stuff. I'm more focused on team stuff, and as cool as it is to get individual accolades, I really, going to our team goals, I think we should win RMAX, and I think that's my team goal. But going further than that, I mean, I think national championship and going further than regional like we did last year, I just think that we're really capable of that, and I think just looking to, first of all, win RMAC, that's something that we should be doing, and I really think that we should do that this year. So, yeah, big team goals, obviously individual goals, but I really am pushing for those team goals this year.
How much do you talk about losing the regional last year, about getting past that point? How much do you discuss that with the Sabrina Evangelist, your teammates, about we want to get past that point in 2024?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think we don't really, I mean, we obviously talk about it, but we're trying not to, we don't dwell on the last year, but I think just looking forward to this year, it's obviously kind of that unspoken thing where we kind of have that chip on our shoulder to definitely get past that. We know that we're a team that's capable of that. And so I just think, again, looking to how competitive we are on the court and just knowing what we're capable of and going back to that and knowing that we're better than just losing first round. So I think just looking back at that and just having that chip on our shoulder to continue to get better each game, each practice, each contact on the ball.
All right, very good. So the Maverick volleyball team, 6-2, open up RMAC play Friday night when they take on Western Colorado, 6 o'clock at Brownson, and then Saturday, Fort Lewis in town at 4 o'clock to take on the Maverick. Sydney, I appreciate the time. Congratulations on the tournament MVP once again, and best of luck this weekend and the rest of the season.
Thank you so much.
Sydney Leffler, the CMU volleyball team, with us on the program this morning. All right, text